First, the top news outlines. Man, his two daughters, a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, killed as their vehicle plunges into pond at Samura oil pump on Mayailambi. Union Home Minister Amit Shah to inaugurate Churchandpur Medical College on January 6th. Chief Minister oversees preparations. Religious Festival of Manipur Ima Imoinu Iratpa being celebrated in state with religious fervor and gaiety. BJP National Spokesperson Sambit Patra extends Imoinu greetings to people of Manipur, seeks blessings from Ima Imoinu for happiness and prosperity. Two persons arrested for possessing 422 grams of brown sugar worth around rupees 50 lakh in the international market. And as India prepares for fourth wave of COVID-19, government sources say second booster dose not required. A very good evening. You're watching IS Primetime English News. IS News wishes all the viewers a very happy Imoinu. Before we begin, IS News would like to remind our viewers to practice physical distancing, hand hygiene, wear masks, protect yourself and get vaccinated to ward off COVID-19. This is Suraj Khongban Tabam giving you the news. Now the news in detail. In yet another tragic incident, a man and his two daughters, a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, were killed following a major road mishap in Imphal. The deceased have been identified as 47-year-old Kongkham Jayanta of Uchiwa Mayalikai in Imphal West District and his two daughters, 7-year-old Kongkham Abe and 4-year-old Kongkham Bijubala. Sources said that the vehicle they were travelling in plunged into a pond at Samura oil pump on Mayailambi highway under the Wangoi police station in Imphal West District on January 2nd night. Police said that the Maruti 800 car driven by the father was at high speed and eventually lost control and skidded off the road and plunged into the nearby pond. The car was en route to Uchiwa Mayalikai near Loktak Lake. It is suspected that the trio were stuck when the vehicle plunged into the pond and were not able to get out of the vehicle on time, resulting in them being submerged in the water body. Upon hearing the incident, locals of the area immediately came to their rescue and managed to pull out the trio from the vehicle. They were immediately rushed to RIMS hospital. However, the youngest daughter succumbed to her injuries on the way to the hospital. The father and his elder daughter succumbed to their injuries at the hospital today. This was the first major fatal road mishap in Manipur as the new year rings in. It needs to be noted that the number of fatal and disabling road accidents and injuries is increasing at an alarming rate in the state. Awareness creation, strict implementation of traffic rules, prevention interventions like setting road and safety rules, securing compliance, improving transport policy, enforcing blood alcohol limits, mandatory seatbelt use laws, routine investigation of road condition, especially in the hill areas, and scientific engineering measures are the need of the hour to prevent road mishap in Manipur. Ahead of the Union Home Minister Amit Shah's scheduled inauguration of Churchandpur Medical College on January 6th, Chief Minister Nongthaman Biren today inspected the medical college to take stock of the preparations. During the visit, Viren also inaugurated a public open gym at Peace Ground Tuibong Churchandpur. Interacting with the students and faculties of the Medical Institute, the Chief Minister assured that the institute will be provided the best facility and quality available once the construction of the medical college is completed. He further instructed officials concerned to ensure that all preparations for the inauguration program are completed well on time. At Peace Ground Tuibong, the Chief Minister also interacted with the general public. The open gym was installed under the Chief Minister's Indigenous Martial Arts Academy, Manipur, with support from the government of Manipur. Noting that health is everything, Biren said that the peace ground at Tuibong will be developed into international standard. He further assured that work for development of the ground will be taken up in the short run. It may be mentioned that Union Home Minister Amit Shah will inaugurate the Churchandpur Medical College on January 6th. At present, there are 99 medical students studying in the college. Health Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan, RD and PR Minister Y. Khemchan, local MLAs Wungjagin Walte, LM Khaukte, Paulin Lal Haukep, Ngursanglor Chinglunthang, Lejamang Haukep, Chief Secretary Dr. Rajesh Kumar, DGP P. Dongil, DZ Prison C. Dongil, Additional Chief Secretary Wunlun Mang and other top officials of the government, including DC Churchandpur Sarachandra Aroju and other district officials were present on the occasion. It could be election season in the northeastern states of Meghalaya, Tripura and Nagaland, but the issue of the creation of new state of Eastern Nagaland shows things were badly handled in the past. According to report, Home Minister Amit Shah is likely to visit Manipur and Nagaland on January 6th. These are considered important in more ways than one. About his Nagaland visit, the Home Minister had assured the Eastern Nagaland Public Organization INPO leaders on December 6th during their New Delhi meet. He is likely to visit Tuan Sang town and strategically placed border district with Myanmar and the hub of Eastern Nagaland, wherein the demand for carving out a separate state has been rekindled. During his stay in Nagaland, Shah is likely to meet BJP office bearers and legislatures. Several local leaders were not happy with the Central High Command's decision to play second fiddle to the regional NDPP led by Chief Minister Nefirio, the report added. Chief Minister N. Biren has appealed to the people of the state to accord a warm welcome to Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who is scheduled to visit the state tentatively on January 6 to inaugurate various projects and schemes and lay foundation stones for various other projects. N. Biren said the same during inspection of heritage site for INA headquarters, Moirang, and where the Union Home Minister will host the Indian national flag. Biren said that the Union Minister during his visit is also likely to inaugurate Kangla Nongpok Thong, the 122-feet high polo statue at Ibuthaw Margin Complex, among others. He added that the Union Home Minister will also hand over the Olympian Park to the spokespersons of the state. The Olympian Park was constructed in recognition of the state spokespersons who brought laurels for the country and the state. Works Minister Konthokzam Govindas, Health Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan, CAF and PD Minister Lesangthem Susindro, Education Minister Thangnawjam Basanta, Moirang MLA Thongam Santi, Thanga MLA Tongbram Robindro, Chief Secretary Dr. Rajesh Kumar, DGP Dongil, Additional Chief Secretary Wunlun Mang and other top officials of the government were present during the inspection. Carrying the legacy of Manipuri culture forward, traditional worship of Imoinu, believed to be the goddess of herd, wealth, peace, fertility, wisdom, prosperity among the Meitei ethnic, is being celebrated across the state with religious fervor and gaiety today. Celebrated with much zeal and enthusiasm, Imoinu festival is considered to be one of the most significant religious festivals of Manipur. The annual festival falls on 12th day of Wokjing in Manipuri lunar calendar. The festival is dedicated to goddess Imoinu Ahongbi and celebrated especially by the Meitei community who follow the traditional faith called Sanamism. According to a Meitei myth, goddess Imoinu lands on earth every year on this day and visits each home to shower her blessings. The festival is marked by lighting candles and putting colorful lights in and around households and along the streets. Various offerings including rice, vegetables, fish, especially sareng, walango, attu, fruits and sweets are made to goddess Imoinu on the occasion. On this day, especially at night, Imoinu is offered especially a well-prepared meal with the main dish of white fish curry and also a variety of cuisines in odd numbers. Imoinu takes rest at Fungalairu, which is a traditional fireplace in the kitchen. Ima Imoinu Iratpa is also marked by various celebrations including Pena performances, narration of the tale of Imoinu and songs invoking the deity and traditional dances.
Lamdam sida leriba NGO organization mayam se ngasi machoi tarkanda luching purel tanar pagana haigadra mache tanar pa rajniti dol da sung ngai re ai mangai re na sanar pa BJP makta da haira su masung mayam am thokna ba adum singnarak pa Congress ta haira su adumai yam lakna ki ba mache ta ba hangoi gi ngak lon dong hek to ba sida natana mahiroi sing lup ta sungai re hana matamam am khatang lerma da ekhoina power leina thabak torma sing dong asidi machoi ta bisina mahiroi gi sangsani haibada lupni haiba matam da miam na ikai khumna bo walak pa leba tongan ba organization sing da su machet mayam tanar pa se Imoinu gi wahel patha ba se phajana mapung phan satnar pa tar ga de hariba sugumba thaksi khasi thogolon sing se kairak ta ba tar ga de ekoi sungrei soina punjin ba manipur ma apun ma manipur ma sagatuna thongna lei
Yausang hai posiga akoi di mari le na dabra na ai khar khanjai aduna annual sports meet na haibiu yausang sports meet na haira gadi yausang hai posi adum akoi ga chamina da dum hingna dum leidore ba yausang gi sang munung da yausang da mar population na khon ta tori ba chiga akoi ga yan chawna khena ba ui amadu gi potuma su tang naina bi ba phai akoi adam na khang ba hai ba te pandaru bi akoi ta wani akoi na message da puya pa na khotana adagi adu am akoi mundu da akoi ji fact tu ni hoi tung da la ka da potu tang modernize hoi thoga da phenati.
The first Imoinu Fish Festival was organized by the Manipur government today at Hapta Kangjibung, Konung Mamang in Imphal. Speaking on the occasion, Fisheries Minister Iscom said that buying of fish from other states has cut as local fishermen are now able to produce more fish in the state. A total of 90 stalls were opened where 50,000 kgs of fish, including 200 kgs of rare and expensive Meitei fish, shareng, were available. Manitco Chairman Kongkham Robindro, Secretary of Fisheries Department Rosita, Joint Secretary Nita Rambam and Director Iscom Balkrishna were present on the occasion. Speaking further, the Minister Dingo said that the state government has been organizing Ningol Chakoba Fish Festival since 1979 in order to encourage the local fishermen, but with the initiative of Chief Minister N. Biren, Imoinu Fish Festival began from this year. He also urged the fishermen to catch fish at right time, adding that the Fisheries Department is making efforts to introduce fish farming both in the hills and valley with the support of the government to increase the fish production.
The Fishing Department, fish farmers in the
On the occasion, Fisheries Director Iscom Balkrishna said that fish was sold at the fish fair today at affordable prices. Besides, vegetables were also made available for the festival of Imoinu. The director also further said that the fish festival is essential to encourage the local fishermen and to increase in fish productivity.
Annual fish fair cum fish crop competition has government second innings history production Sading Sabagi, Apamba, Simayam, Lima to Manabota, entrepreneur Kayamasu, Honadana, Usila, even the Sunday when we state Sigi, Pashase, Lumatic Yam.
Ima Imoinu Iratpa was also celebrated with much grandeur and gaiety at Indo-Myanmar border town More today. People across the town came to offer prayers and make offerings at Panthoibi Sanglen in More Ward number 7. It was organized by Meitei Lai Thogalup More. Residents of 5 different localities of More town, members of civil society organizations and Lining Thausana Mehi Puya Santok Lup More, and many people visited the Sanglen to offer prayers. BJP National Spokesperson Sambit Patra also extended warm greetings to the people of Manipur, especially the Meitei community, on the auspicious occasion of Ima Imoinu Iratpa Numit. He wished that Ima Imoinu blessed everyone with happiness and prosperity. A 40-year-old woman and a 21-year-old youth were arrested on the charge of unauthorized possession of 422 grams of brown sugar worth around rupees 50 lakh in the international market. The 2 alleged traffickers have been remanded into judicial custody till January 10th for further necessary investigations. The police said today, acting on a tip-off, a team of Wangoi police assisted by the locals of the Paubitek village about 15 kilometers from Imphal rushed to the house of one Sesant Rasezer alias Petru, aged 40 years, at Paubitek Mamanglikai village in Imphal West district and recovered 422 grams of brown sugar from her possession. Based on the input provided by the woman after preliminary interrogations, police found that Sesant Raseja, wife of Alauddin, aged 43 years, was running an illegal drug trafficking racket with a local youth identified as Muhammad Wangmayum Chauba alias Nurul Islam, a resident of Mayang Imphal Bengun Makhalikai, about 20 kilometers from Imphal. The police managed to arrest Muhammad Wangmayum from his residence on Sunday. This is the first time in the year they were booked under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985. In 2022, a total of 450 kgs of brown sugar had been seized from different smugglers, and a total of 621 cases have been registered under the ND&PS Act, the police said. As the country is preparing for the 4th wave of COVID-19 sources, the government has asserted that a second booster dose is not required. As per reports, the government of India will first aim to complete the booster drive and the second booster jab, which is still not fully completed. No discussion has been started even in the Immunization Panel National Technical Advisory Group of Immunization regarding the second booster dose. The first priority is to complete the first booster drive in the country, said a government official to the media. On the other hand, 53 international travelers tested positive for COVID during random sampling at airports across the country, accounting for only 0.94% of all samples collected so far. A total of 53 international travelers tested positive for COVID-19 during 2% random sampling at airports across the country, out of 5,666 samples collected so far. That's only 0.94% according to sources. This comes after Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia announced that the country will begin 2% random COVID testing of international travelers arriving at Indian airports. In light of the recent increase in COVID-19 in some countries, hospitals across India conducted a COVID-19 mock drill. The mock drill was designed to assess COVID-19 readiness in terms of resources, protocol, and personnel. Meanwhile, World Health Organization has sought information on the COVID-19 situation and has offered its expertise and support. Chief Minister N. Biren extended heartiest greetings to the people of the state, especially the Jelangrong Brethren, on the auspicious and joyous occasion of Gangai 2023. The Chief Minister in his greetings said Gangai, the biggest cultural and religious post-harvest festival of Jelangrong community, marks the end of the year when the farmers have stored their food grain in their granaries. He added that the festival also marks the heralding of the new year, and new fire is produced by rubbing of dry wood and split bamboo pieces and distributed to every household. He mentioned that during the festival, the community shows their gratitude with offerings to the Almighty for the good harvest and prayer for a better and prosperous life in the coming year. The Chief Minister wished that the festival shower goodwill and happiness and also spread the message of unity, peace and brotherhood amongst all communities of the state. Manipur Legislative Assembly Speaker Thokchom Satyabrata extended greetings to the people of the state on the occasion of Chakangangai festival. The speaker in his message said that Chakangangai is the biggest festival of the Kabui and Jalangrong, which is celebrated for 5 days. He asserted that the festival gives a due to the passing year and welcoming the new year along with an offering showing gratitude to the deity for giving a good harvest. He wished that the festival bestow people of the state with bountifulness and harmony. Education Minister Thangnawjam Basanta Kumar also extended wishes and warm greetings to the people of the state on the joyous occasion of Gangai festival, which falls on January 4th. The minister in his message said the post-harvest festival that symbolizes dance, festivities, music and spiritual ceremony is a sacred ritual affair that is celebrated every year with full of fun and cultural extravaganza. He wished that the festival bring happiness, good health, peace, prosperity and that communal integration prevail in every part of Manipur. Water Resources Minister Awongbong Nyumai also extended heartiest greetings to the people of the state, especially the Kabui Rongmei brethren on the auspicious and joyous occasion of Chakangangai. Minister Awongbong Nyumai said that Gangai is the biggest post-harvest festival of the Kabui Rongmei tribe and is celebrated every year on the 13th day of Wokching in the Manipur lunar calendar. He wished that the festival usher in peace and harmony to one and all in the state. Mahut Minister Yunam Khemchan also extended Chakangangai festival greetings to the people of the state. The minister said that the festival is traditionally celebrated by the Kabui Naga tribes residing in Assam, Manipur and Nagaland, adding that the festival cherishes the customs and traditions. He wished that the festival ensure peace and unity in the state. The noble intervention of arbitration taken up by the Tenyimi People's Organization TPO's verdict on Kijolsa and Juko issued through its board of arbitrators is by no means easy task, said Mao Council today. It said it has not been handed the official copy of the verdict as of date. Mao Council in a statement refused to accept the verdict. The council said it came to know of the rulings from the media and the social media. Due to non-receipt of the official copy, the Mao Council has not been able to comment its position on the verdict thus far. Spanning over almost 7 years, the stakeholders and the public have long awaited its logical conclusion with high expectations. Unfortunately, the manner in which the verdict was declared unceremoniously and hastily after 7 long years under the shroud of the ban on the Mao people by Southern Angami People's Organization SAPO and the basis for the verdict given as to accommodate each other, citing lack of primary and documentary evidence and not on the merit of the case is contradictory to the facts already made available with the TPO BOA. All the contesting parties have submitted all relevant documents, narratives and evidences through the position papers. The rejoinders additional statements called for from the contesting parties and through the several joint fields visit organized by the TPO BOA. Due to non-receipt of the official copy of the Mao Council has not been able to comment its position on the verdict thus far. Mao Council said its silence may have led to the assumptions that the Mao Council has accepted the verdict. Mao Council further said the verdict was declared when the Mao people were under ban from traveling through Sapo area and should have been deferred to a time when normalcy was restored. How can a verdict for resolution of a dispute be declared when one of the party to the dispute is banned by another party, it asked. The 21st Foundation Day of Democratic Students Alliance of Manipur, Desam, was celebrated at Babupara in Jiribam district today. Desam District Council Jiribam organized the event at its office located at Babupara. President of Desam District Council Jiribam, L. Bilax, advisors K. Bablu and L. Romeo, Wasset President N. Nivarani, General Secretary Y. Ragini and several others attended the function. Gifts were also presented to media persons of Jiribam district by Desam during the celebration.
सरकार ने जो हाई की सुले ले अब मकोई ना हाई की बुद्धि मतुंगी ना टर्मिनेट की जला टर्मिनेट करो दे टर्मिनेट खाओ दा तो उन गदम ने हाई की पोत में जो इतना बड़ी ओजा सिंगल लाना लाए पगी ट्रांसलेट एकोमोडेशन म्यूजिक सार का लेनी जीवी सर्कल का मा प्रोग्रेस सर्कल डिवीजन आनी सीधा सार ले जाए इरेन जना सीधा ले लगा लाइक ताकना इरेन जना नुआई ना अंगान सिंगु तापी तब जना लेबगी अपाम तो कोई फौजी फाओ दा अदुगी अचुंबा फौजी फाओ दा मतोम लोम ना अदुगी अपाम तो माइरो लुपसिंग ना मसी फाओ दा हमना की बा लाइक education sector se chawhatana lamdam sida leminai pa nai amadi mairul kaya singse ting thopa mahang aktani habdi thotoi haina thotoi haina kamjage
Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha BJYM Imphal West organized Atal Elocution Competition at Ghari Youth Club Ghari Awanglekai yesterday. The event was held as a part of the Good Governance Day program organized across the country to mark the birth anniversary of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. President of BJP Imphal West P.H. Foni, District in charge of BJP Imphal West Tej Kumar and President of BJYM Manohar Mayum Barish were present on the occasion. El Sanatombe Thangzam, Komolata and Reshmi Hekam secured the first, second and third prizes respectively during the competition. Well, it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be back with latest news and updates.
Ana layengi office ki thabak amadi koiba chatpada India ki konung New Delhi da laifam leitabagi awaba koklagani. Delhi airport kayam naknana lairiba Mahipalpur da Manipur miyam ki damakta laizare Hotel Ambrosia. Laifam gi oina lupa lising amadagi hauraga pung kunmari pickup amadi drop ki taxi service laigani. Restaurant service ka loinana tongan ba khudong chaba kaya phangbigani. Vishal Mega Mart, Ambience Mall, DLF Mall amadi irap laptana nungairaba mafam kaya yobada khudong charaba mafam amani ngasi ma contact tawbirau Hotel Ambrosia A217 Road number 6 Mahipalpur phone number 9643504772.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching ICE Primetime English News. Manipur in the past 24 hours recorded one coronavirus case. The positivity rate was recorded at 1.0%. The active tally stands at 2 in the state. A total of 115 samples were tested in the past 24 hours. The state's cash load increased to 1,39,923. No fatalities were reported today. As per the latest updates from the state COVID-19 Command Control Room, the recovery rate stands at 98.46%, while the death toll remains at 2,149. Fears over the impact of the new Omicron subvariant BF7 variant have risen in the country after several cases were detected in various countries. In view of the threat posed by Omicron COVID-19 variant, the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has advised people to wear a proper mask, maintain social distancing at public places and take both doses of COVID vaccines to ward off the virus. Meanwhile, COVID-19 cases in India are increasing with a slight margin. India reported 134 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. The new infections took the country's total cash load to over 4.46 crore, while active coronavirus cash load has dropped to 2,582, which accounts for 0.01% of the total cases. As per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the death toll stands at 5,30,707 with no new deaths reported in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease has gone up to 4,41,45,667 with 222 recoveries in the last 24 hours. The country's recovery rate has increased to 98.81%. Over 220.10 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Top 3 states contributing maximum number of COVID-19 cases to India's tally are Maharashtra, Kerala and Karnataka. Meanwhile, in the northeast India, Assam has the highest number of active cases, followed by Mizoram and Meghalaya. COVID-19 has infected over 66 crore and 57 lakh, while more than 66 lakh 99,000 have succumbed to the dreaded coronavirus and recoveries are above 63 crore and 77 lakh. Globally, United States of America has the highest COVID-19 cases, followed by India and France. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurates and dedicated 28 infrastructure projects to the nation at a cost of rupees 724 crore in a ceremony organized by Border Roads Organization at Siom village on Along Yin Kiong Road in Arunachal Pradesh. Defense Minister inaugurated 22 bridges, 3 roads and 3 other miscellaneous projects. These infrastructure projects have been constructed under challenging weather conditions at most inhospitable terrain locations. China has called the mounting international restrictions on travelers from its territory unacceptable after more than a dozen countries placed new coronavirus curbs on visitors from the world's most populous nation. The United States, Canada, Japan and France are among countries insisting all travelers from China provide negative COVID-19 tests before arrival as concerns grow over a surge in cases. China's steep rise in infections comes after Beijing abruptly lifted its zero-COVID policies in December, leading to hospitals and crematoriums quickly being overwhelmed. Nevertheless, Beijing has pushed ahead with a long-awaited reopening, announcing an end to mandatory quarantine on arrival last week, in a move that prompted Chinese people to plan trips abroad. The rules impose affect all travelers coming from China, not just Chinese nationals, while Beijing continues to restrict inbound visitors and not issue visas for tourists or international students. Countries including the US have also cited Beijing's lack of transparency about infection data and the risks of new variants as a reason to restrict travelers. China has only recorded 22 COVID deaths since December and has dramatically narrowed the criteria for classifying such deaths, meaning that Beijing's own statistics about the unprecedented wave are now widely seen as not reflecting reality. Let's now have the sports news. In sports today, India's 2023 international home season will commence with a 3-match T20 international and 3-match one-day international ODI series against Sri Lanka starting today. The first T20 international between India and Sri Lanka will be played in Mumbai. The match will be played at Wakire Stadium tonight at 7. The toss of the match will be done just 30 minutes before the game. Hardik Pandya will lead the Indian team while Dasun Sanaka will lead the opposing team Sri Lanka. Regular captain has been unavailable due to injury while veteran batsmen Virat Kohli and KL Rahul have not been selected. Former US Open champion Emma Raducanu overcame wind and rain in a match which stretched over almost 4 hours to beat Linda Fruhvirtova by 4-6, 6-4, 6-2 in her first singles match of 2023 at the ASB Classic today. The match twice was interrupted by rain, and the second delay in the deciding set forced the players from the court for almost an hour. Raducanu, who is 20, was playing her first competitive match in 2 months and had to fight hard against the Czech teenager who won a tight first set in 53 minutes. Raducanu's second round opponent will be Slovakia qualifier Victoria Kuzmova, who upset 4th-seeded Varnada Pera by 6-4, 6-4. Before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the top news headlines once again. Man, his 2 daughters, a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, killed as their vehicle plunges into pond at Samuro oil pump on Mayalambe. Union Home Minister Amit Shah to inaugurate Churchandpur Medical College on January 6th. Chief Minister oversees preparations. Religious Festival of Manipur Ima Imoinu Iratpa being celebrated instead with religious fervor and gaiety. BJP National Spokesperson Sambit Patra extends Imoinu greetings to people of Manipur, seeks blessings from Ima Imoinu for happiness and prosperity. Two persons arrested for possessing 422 grams of brown sugar worth around rupees 50 lakh in international market. As India prepares for fourth wave of COVID-19, government sources say second booster dose not required. Well, that's all for now. Keep watching ICE News and good night.